The year was 1462, and Christendom teetered on the edge of destruction. The Ottoman Empire had swept across the land like an unrelenting storm of shadow and fire, bringing kingdoms to their knees. One by one, the bastions of the west crumbled beneath the might of the crescent moon. But in the east, beyond the Carpathian Mountains, in the land of Wallachia, a single name rose in defiance against the tide. A name that would be whispered in terror and awe for centuries to come. Born of the blood of warriors, Vlad Dracula was not merely a prince. He was the son of Vlad Dracula, a knight of the Order of the Dragon. This secretive brotherhood, forged by the Holy Roman Emperor, was sworn to defend Christendom against the relentless incursions of Islamic forces. As his father bore the name Dracula, the dragon, so too did Vlad inherit the title, becoming Dracula, the son of the dragon. A name that would be written in the annals of history with both fear and reverence. But fate is cruel to those it chooses for greatness. As a boy, Vlad Dracula was sent as a hostage to the Ottoman court, a pawn in a game played by empires. In the gilded halls of his captors, he was forced to kneel before his enemies, to learn their tongue, their ways, and their weaknesses. He watched his younger brother, Radu, surrender to their influence, trading his heritage for Turkish luxuries. But not Vlad. No, beneath the silken chains of captivity, he forged something stronger than steel: hatred. Hatred for the empire that sought to break him. Hatred for the traitors who sold their souls for comfort. And when the time came, he returned, not as a broken prince, but as a warrior reborn in fire and vengeance. Wallachia had become a battleground, its people crushed beneath the boots of foreign invaders and treacherous boyars. But Vlad had no patience for cowards, no tolerance for liars. With sword in hand, he carved his rule upon the very bones of those who opposed him. But the storm was far from over. The conqueror of Constantinople, the mighty Mehmed II, cast his gaze upon Wallachia. He demanded tribute. He demanded fealty. Vlad Dracula gave him war. The Sultan's envoys arrived, demanding submission. They left with their skulls nailed to their turbans. And so, the war drums thundered. Tens of thousands of Ottoman soldiers marched into Wallachia, expecting another swift conquest. They did not expect the wrath of Dracula. Like a phantom of the night, he struck with savage cunning. He ambushed their columns, poisoned their wells, scorched their fields. The land itself turned against the invaders, dragging them into a nightmare from which they could not wake. But it was the horror of Targovist that shattered the soul of the Ottoman army. 20,000 impaled Turkish corpses stretched to the horizon, a grim monument to Dracula's defiance. The stench of rotting flesh filled the air, and fear gripped even the battle-hardened hearts of Mehmed's soldiers. Mehmed, who had stormed the mighty walls of Constantinople, now faced a horror beyond comprehension. He turned back. He would not challenge the man who fought not as a soldier, but as a demon unleashed. Vlad Dracula's war against the Ottomans was not mere bloodshed, it was defiance. It was a stand against an empire that sought to erase his people's faith, their freedom, their very existence. Though his rule was brief, though his enemies were many, he became more than a prince. He became a legend. A specter of vengeance whose name would echo across the centuries. He was not just a ruler. He was the dragon's son, the defender of Christendom, the man who turned the might of the crescent moon back with steel and faith. And though time may pass, though empires may rise and fall, the legend remains. The wrath of Vlad Dracula, the Impaler, the Dragon of Wallachia. And so we ask ourselves, what does it mean to stand in defiance of fate? To fight when the world tells you to surrender? Because in the end, the true measure of a man is not in the power he wields, but in the darkness he dares to face. If you found this story of Vlad Dracula's defiance inspiring, don't forget to like this video and subscribe for more epic tales of history's forgotten warriors. Share your thoughts in the comments. Was Vlad a hero, a monster, or something more? Join the conversation. Join the legend. And remember, history belongs to those who refuse to be forgotten.